is the Silver Hill campsite right outside of Kent. The night hiking plan went okay. We did not hike all the way till the sun came up. When we saw this campsite at the top of the hill, we just decided to come on in. It's got a little swing, it's got a little covered pavilion, privy, bear box. There was a dog here this morning, so it was a cool place. But the hiking all night, sleeping all day just isn't gonna work. So today we're just gonna hike regularly, shooting for this place that has a shower. Shooting for a place that has a shower. Water is Falls Village, Connecticut. So that is the plan. It's only about 15 miles, but the heat is just like killer already. So see how it goes. It's like 10-15 degrees cooler down here, so we're stopping down here for water before we head up to the other side because it's hot out. Pretty nice, man. Connecticut has it pretty nice. Trails looking like roots. Trails looking like up that way. There's a double blaze. I don't know if you can see it on the tree in the center of the screen there. Looks like a turn-in. We're in the middle of a little uphill climb, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah. I mean, right now my knees. People are quitting and there's less people got that. Does that mess you up? Like, I got some stuff to see.
Is your heart all broken? No, you're not part.
Alice's hubby. How are you? I'm Terry. Hey, Gary. I'm Darren. Good to meet you, Darren. Nice meeting you.
Oh, they need to stop, huh?
I love it out here.
Hey y'all. You saw a little video of the trail magic down by the road. Thank you to Shadow Bear and all the people. Congrats to all of them doing their run. Sorry, I just put my hand in front of the camera. They all did a great job, and the trail magic was on point. Look at this. Up that way, somewhere up there is where we're going. Connecticut is a beast. It is not easy. But I don't know. I feel like even when I used to watch other people's videos and they'd say, it doesn't really pick up the steepness of the climbs. I really don't think the camera picks up the steepness of the climbs, but it's just like rock stairs straight up. Looks like we're going up here, right through this. Very cool. It looks like a lemon squeezer. So I'm gonna turn this off so I can get through here, but that's where we're headed. These are cool. Some kind of fungus. They don't look like mushrooms, but they're just like super cool red dots. Hello everybody. Headed down towards the town of Salisbury, Connecticut. You'll probably get a little rant from me this morning. It's a weird spot of the trail for me, I would say. Physically, I feel fine. mentally it just feels like it's a weird place. It feels like limbo to me, this center, that center part of the trail. I know we're more north. And it's beautiful out here, don't get me wrong. Connecticut is a beautiful state. I've been having a lot of fun here. Some nice views, some good little trail towns. But now it sort of feels a little bit just like going through the motions. Because at this point all the talk is about the presidentials, about how beautiful Maine is, about, you know, and everybody knows that when they start. They know that sort of the best part, not the best part, I want to choose my words carefully. I don't want to say the best part, because the whole trail is fantastic. But scenically the most beautiful, and then, you know, the presidentials are just known for the crazy weather changes and the epic kind of panoramic views. So that's all up ahead, but we've already passed through the part of the trail that is physically, you know, that kind of like the, what am I trying to say? The part of the trail that kind of weeds out the ones that aren't physically going to make it. You know, the big bumps in the terrain down in the Smokies and things. So I'm at a part of the trail where I know that I'm going to make it to Katahdin, because I've already come through so many difficult areas to get here. But I'm not there yet, so this just feels like limbo to me. Anyway, and I think what's making that feel even more so is right now in Connecticut, it's kind of a heat wave. Yesterday was 97, today's 95, I think. So it's tough too, because, oh, what is this? What is this? Water. It's exactly where I'm going. I lost my train of thought. Oh, hot. Yes. And the bugs are horrible. So Connecticut is beautiful, but it's like hiking for 10 minutes, you're already dripping sweat. And there's bugs just constantly flying in your eyes, flying in your mouth. You choke on them. You go to wipe sweat off your face and there's 2 or 3 bugs in there as well. Found another tick on me yesterday. You know, just all the things about being a clean, decent feeling human being. You don't get any of them. So, except that sign just said water. So anyway, rant over. Just trying to let you guys hear a little bit about the other side, because a lot of times people just show pretty views and they don't really flip the camera on when they're complaining. And I'm not really complaining, I'm just saying that if you're going to attempt a thru hike, remember that there will be the days when you are miserable. And sometimes there'll be 2 days or 3 days or 4 days in a row. And that's when mentally you can start to kind of lose it. And you need to kind of find a way to reset. Which brings me around to the next point. When we get to, we were going to go further, but when we get to Salisbury, the road that goes into Salisbury, we're going to go into town. There's someone in the book that offers, I think, 35 bucks for a bed, a hot shower. They shuttle you to the laundromat. Right now, those are what would make my world complete, is a hot shower, cold water to drink, and clothes washed. Anyway, rant over. I'll check in with you guys soon. Here's a cool one to see. We don't see too many of these anymore that tell mileages to Georgia. 1492.6, if that's accurate anymore, I don't know. Also, I like in Connecticut that all these signs, I don't know if you could tell, but everyone in Connecticut, they're green with the white lettering, and then the back, look at that, it's like double. They're just good, strong, solid signs. that don't seem to have a lot of wear. Like they paint them off and they're easy to read. Some of the places we were in Georgia, you know, you can't even read what's on the sign. It's all scratched off. And so shouts to Connecticut on that for sure. They did a good job with those. And there's a blaze. There's a bench here. Apparently if you just want to sit and watch the Housatonic River, you have an ability to do so on that bench right there. You can see it in there. I'm just walking along the Housatonic. It's a beautiful river. It doesn't move very quickly. It's like a lazy river. It is a brown color, which I think just means that it's shallow, like you're basically seeing the bottom. But we see a lot of signs about, you know, pregnant women shouldn't consume and children under 6 shouldn't consume water out of the Housatonic. And our buddy Animal, when we went to his house, said, man, Connecticut, you just don't want to drink all that low-lying water. He was saying that a lot of it's relatively polluted. So, but it's hot out, so that might be our only water option. But I'm not a pregnant woman or a child under 6. So hopefully my guts are strong enough to deal with that. But anyway, we're on this section of trail where it's just flat. And one of the rare times when it's flat for a while. I think there's about a 3-mile section. It started out as like a road walk. And now it's along the Housatonic. Oh look, now it's turning into a rocky gravel path. So we are right outside a couple towns, so this all looks on the touristy side of things. You know, people can bring their dogs on day hikes or whatever, and most of the AT does not have little benches like this to sit. But basically the AT, you stay in the forest, but then when you're near towns, you'll notice that the trail gets less really steep ups and downs, less kind of rocky and rugged. It becomes, you know, just more set up for kind of the day hikers and people to bring dogs out. And yeah, because this is just a winding flat path. There's another bench up ahead, so this must be a pretty heavily traveled path. Today's Monday. If we were here yesterday, it probably would be lots of people, but anyway, I'm gonna flip this off and get to walking, and we'll talk to you up the road. So I was just walking, wasn't really looking at the guide, but I did remember from looking at it like way earlier today, there was something called the giant's thumb, which I'm guessing this is that, because it's got this nice well-worn patch around it. Oh, there it is. That's definitely a rock that stands out. Giant's thumb.
Get back in the shade. I love these people. It's just like, really?
Lion's Head, elevation 1738.
When did you start?
February 14th.
Wow.
You?
March 7th.
March 7th, nice. Nice view out that way. Really tough climb coming up. My son's name is Ari, which means lion. So this is Lion's Head, so I'm calling this one Ari Mountain.
I couldn't hear you. I don't know, they called me and told me
Feels
to
good
call
to be
them,
at
so
the top. It was a tough climb.
I have no idea.
It's still warm out. Not as hot as yesterday, but it's probably in the 80s, maybe low 90s. And it's only 10:40 in the morning, so
817.
glad to get a very tough climb
5044.
out of the way. Check in soon, y'all. Hello, y'all. I think I'm at the top of Race Mountain. Sorry about the jiggle. There's a plaque here, which you probably won't be able to read. It says, "This monument marks the highest ground in Connecticut, 2,351 feet above the sea, built AD 1885. It's too hard to read. Owen Travis something." So, highest point in Connecticut. Woo! All right. And as you can see, different kind of forest up here. Oh, camping zones, 1 mile north. Different kind of forest up here. There's a blaze. I am dripping sweat. I'm not going to turn the camera around at the moment, but the climb up this mountain to the highest point in Connecticut is all basically rocks, and they just reflect that sun all day long. They soak it up, and then when you hike over them, they just spit it back at you. Sorry about the shaking, but you know, it's rock slabs like this. There wasn't much of a view from the top. I've noticed in Connecticut, a lot of these climbs, I've heard it before, but when you're actually hiking, you kind of forget, but turn around and look behind you. Because a lot of times, that's where the best view will be. And I will say, to add something to that debate, a lot of times the best view is not actually the summit. I've been up a lot of mountains where 3/4 of the way up, you know, most of the way up, you catch this really awesome view, and then you get to the top and there's a lot of trees, or you know, there's something blocking the view, or it's more cloudy up at the very top. So the top of the mountain is not always, obviously you got to strive for the top of the mountain, because that's how hiking works. You go up one and down the next, but don't always assume that the top is where the best view is going to be. Yeah, looks like I'm doing a rocky thing all the way down. Probably can't see the steepness, but it's pretty steep. Heading on down. I think Massachusetts border soon. We'll see you down there. Hey everybody. It is 12:15 on July 3rd. Two things I wanted to say. One is that I'm in Massachusetts, but apparently the border is not marked. I don't know, the guidebook says the border isn't marked, but I just crossed something called Sage's Ravine that somebody told me that's the border. So I'm in Massachusetts, which is great. I've been feeling like I've been stagnant lately, so crossing a border feels great. And the other thing is, and of course this video will be posted long after the fact, but I saw yesterday PT made a video. Hang on one sec. Readjusting. What's up? PT, probation termination, put out a video that he was injured, a fractured ankle, and that he has to take at least a week off. Doctor said 2 weeks is maybe more likely. And with injuries, you never know. It could be longer, right? Because you can go by what the doctor said and then it doesn't feel well. So anyway, man, he was, when me and Play-by-Play were at the lodge in Amicalola in the very beginning of this whole adventure, waiting for Play-by-Play's pack that the airline didn't deliver, we ran into PT that night, and he was just so he was so happy, and he was just upbeat and energetic. And I knew he was one of the ones that was going to give this thing a real run for its money. And man, he's been a couple hundred miles ahead of us for a long time. And I was like, man, there that boy goes. He's Katahdin bound. He's going to get there. And man, when I saw that news, it's not like me and him are great friends or anything, but I saw that news, that video the other day, and my heart just really went out to him, because that dude's a soldier, man. And he's you know, he was getting it done out here. So my hat's off to him for as far as he went. And I gotta say, man, I know he's gonna heal up well and come back and bang this thing out. So anyways, PT, miss you out here on the trail, and heal up, brother, and hope you get back to it as soon as you can. All right. This is cool. It's like a ravine down there. Probably make a nice little swimming hole. Which I hear a lot of people say, oh, they stop at this swimming hole, that swimming hole. I have no desire. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because there always seems to be, oh, look at this mud. There always seems to be so many bugs around that I feel like swimming in them wouldn't be enjoyable. Or if I just don't want to deal with the wet clothes after, I don't know. But I have not been swimming. But I hear up in Maine there's great places to jump in. And look at this. Nice. Trickling right down the rocks here. Beautiful. Up over the bridges. You really got to be careful. These things get slippery, or sometimes they're not stable. So you never know. But anyway, this is beginning of Massachusetts terrain, and it's funny because even though maybe it's a mental thing, knowing that it's a new state, but right away this terrain does seem different. These kind of gorges with the water flowing down there, and a few different kinds of trees. And but anyway, it's about 12:30. Probably about time to stop for lunch soon, or a little snack or something, and then continue on. I'm looking for a blaze. See, this is where it gets fun. You start looking through the forest. Don't see a blaze. Oh wait, well, is that a blaze right there? Hard to see. Anyway, I'll go check it out. I'm probably going down this hill. So, check in with y'all soon. There we go. There's a border sign. I don't think this is the actual border according to the guidebook, but there's a border sign. There we go. One of the first really good views in Massachusetts. Beautiful. This is the top of Race Mountain, I believe. I think I said on a previous video that I was at the top of it. I was off by a mountain. Who knew? And this is the trail coming through these trees. And it looks like, oh yeah. Oh. Holy shit. Oh, sorry, pardon the language. Boom. Look at that. As far as the eye can see, there's a hawk soaring. That's what it's about when you make it up these climbs. It's worth it when you get to look down. Oh, right on the edge. Boom. Beautiful. Looks like we got a group of hikers coming down. I'm gonna flip this off. I don't like to put anybody on camera that doesn't want to be on it, but it's beautiful. Whew. Camera probably won't pick it up. Those are stairs going straight up. Mount Everett is kicking my butt. I'm stopping every minute. Sweat pouring. Very difficult. Mount Everett is not to be underestimated. AT. Boom, y'all got it. Mount Everett Summit, 2602. And then this is Mount Everett Fire Tower. Looks like there's a support for it. There's one. There's one. And the other one's behind the bush there. So it used to be a fire tower up here. Woo! Sorry about the yelling. Had to let somebody behind know that we're at the summit. Got it. Tough, tough, tough mountain. There it is. All right.
I wonder what we do with the empties here.
You're on camera.
Huh?
Thank you, whoever left this here.